There are several Skibidi toilet series across the fandom, and they all have completely different characteristics, animation, and story. Some are peak, some are okay, and some are just bad. So, here are the 5 levels of Skibidi toilet creators, starting from the absolute worst to the ones you'd remember forever. Level 1. Garbage tier. There are Skibidi toilet series that provide little to no value to us viewers. They have terrible animation, no clear story, no plot at all. These are the Skibidi toilet series that honestly deserve to be called brain rot. And sure, no one deserves to be in this spot. I mean, they put some effort into creating this stuff, and I respect that. But honestly, what tier do you expect stuff like this to fit? It's mostly just animators trying to do random stuff, or done by new animators who have a long way to go. Level 1 series are the ones you either take as a joke or completely avoid because it's kinda brain rot. There are Skibidi toilet series out there with amazing qualities, but yeah, Level 1 doesn't have those qualities. They are actually the opposite of that. Level 2, bad. Unlike Level 1, you could comfortably watch Level 2. They have decent animation and don't just do random stuff. Still though, Level 2 isn't the type you would want to watch in public. They lack original creativity, and they kinda just follow or do remakes of the original. Level 2 consists of those that do what-if animated videos of some of the top series. They are capable of doing lots of stuff with their animation, but they don't really explore with it a lot. They are not terrible like Level 1, but they don't take their concepts far enough to enter the territory of Level 3. Level 3. Mid. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting, because despite the way it's been rated, every series in this category is, let's just say, getting there. They have good story, good animation, but their execution overall needs a little work. We have series like Skibidi Multiverse, and no, not the one you're thinking right now, I'm talking about the one from Noskill Clutch. He uses the same idea from the original, but added a very interesting twist, making the agents look like toilets and the mutants like humans. Now, I don't really know a lot about the series, but I think it also follows 80% of the original series story, which isn't necessarily that creative, and it doesn't really draw a lot of people's interest since the real stuff is still out there. Spider-Yacht is another good example of this. He has very good animation, but still, the story of the series is lacking. It's mostly about memes and funny moments, and honestly, I give him credit for that since it's actually really funny most of the time. Still though, there's nothing really crazy going on in that show. Aw man, I might get called out for this, but Zakdor, Strider, and Maxity are also here as well. Now, although Strider and Zakdor are quite understandable, Maxity is very different because unlike the others, he actually has a story, an interesting one. However, the style is what really limits it to this category. Yeah, you might say it made him unique, but still, it didn't make it as good or better than the ones above him. It's not just there yet, to be honest. It could have been placed higher, but too bad there isn't anything between 3 and 2. Level 4. Good. Now we're entering a completely different category, as everything in this tier is legendary. They are one of the core reasons that made the fandom in general and have influenced a lot of stuff both in the series and in the real world as well. A great example would be Monster Up, which makes the Skibidi zombie universe. Instead of copying the main stuff, he added zombies to the story. And let me tell you, it completely changed everything. I also really like the fact that we could see almost all scenes from the same cameraman. You could tell that he's not just some kind of ripoff. There was a goal behind everything he does that makes it stand out. When it comes to animation, I mean, look at this, and tell me this isn't freaking cool. Level 4 series take the main concept of Skibidi Toilet and completely transform it into something cool and actually creative. Sometimes it could be so good to the extent that if someone who doesn't know anything about Skibidi Toilet watches it, they would be interested to know how the original would be. Verlant's Skibidi Wars is another that nails it here. We all know that Titans are one of, if not the, main things that make up the series. Now imagine a Titan so big that he's a Titan even for Titans. Crazy, right? This is the Tri-Titan, by the way, a literal monster in the Wars series. He's so powerful that both good and bad sides want to gain control over him in order to win. Yeah, you can see there's some kind of shift in the overall story, and it's not just random because they do some crazy, mind-blowing, and interesting stuff. They even added some new races like computers and microphones to the Alliance while still keeping the Tri-Titan as a special breed. The only problem with Level 4 is that they kinda lack a little bit of something to make them legendary, and they are also not the main series. Aside from that, they are literally a banger. But what's the level above them all? Level 5? Perfect. We have officially reached the final stage of Skibidi Toilet, which is basically the best way it could possibly be. All of animation, story, world building. This is where it all started, baby. And of course, I'm talking about the OG series by Da Fook Boom. Now, I don't know if I should even explain since we all know how Boom works, the founder of all 3 main Titans and races in general, the story of the toilets and agents. But don't worry, Level 5 isn't just meant for one person. as there's also Dom Studio. Now, you might either love them here or hate them here. They have a freaking good story, and also their new races, clocks, drills, and others. And let me tell you, it is insane. Also, one more thing is that they are very good at introducing titans. I give them respect on that. Now, Boom and Dom aren't really equals, that's far from what I'm saying, but they fall in the same category. I mean, you can't just ignore or fail to appreciate how cool some of these scenes were. And that's the beauty of the Skibidi fandom. Every level brings something to the table. Some bring chaos, some bring hype, and some reshape the whole universe. But here's something important. No matter where a creator starts, anyone with the right idea can rise all the way to level 5. Check out this video on your screen right now.